Hey guys, how are we doing today? This is Wally with LearningNet.com. And if you guys are watching this Bluehost review, it means you want to learn how to create your very own WordPress website on Bluehost's platform. If that's the case, in this Bluehost WordPress tutorial, I'm going to be taking you guys step by step through the process of creating your very own website within a few short moments. But if you guys are new here to this channel for LearningNet.com, guys, hit the subscribe button right below along with the bell, and that way any future videos that I upload about WordPress, marketing, and SEO, you guys will be sure to receive them. So guys, I've been online for quite some time, and during this period, I've been able to create several websites online using CMS platforms like WordPress. I've used Joomla as well as some others. But I think that WordPress is the absolute easiest software that you can use, especially for a beginner online, being that it doesn't require that you have prior knowledge of coding or HTML. So Bluehost is a really great company. They've been around a long time, well over 20 years, and they're really known more for their WordPress performance by WordPress.org, in fact. And I'll link to that right below, guys, along with a review that I put up. So in this tutorial, I wanted to show you how to create a website, with them. My assumption is that you already have web hosting with them. If you don't have web hosting already with Bluehost, there is a link below that'll give you guys a special Bluehost discount on your web hosting. It is an affiliate link. I do receive credit for it if you do use it, but you guys benefit by receiving a big discount, and you guys get to take advantage of this 100% free WordPress tutorial that'll show you guys how to create a blog within a few short moments. And that way you don't have to go out and pay perhaps a web developer hundreds or even thousands of dollars just to learn the simple and basic things that I'm going to show you guys today in this video tutorial. So I really appreciate it, guys, that you use the link that's right below. It's the very first one that you'll find in the video description right below. Okay. All right, great. So what we're going to learn in this Bluehost review is, one, how to get a domain name. We're going to talk about getting a domain name. It's basically the name of your website. Like in my case, my domain name for my main blog is learningnet.com. This is a blog that's really about web hosting. I talk about web hosting, my experience, with them. And obviously, if you guys are Googling online for Bluehost, you'll likely come across, one of my pages here. But obviously, this video I'm putting up on YouTube is really designed specifically to help you to learn how to create a WordPress website. So the very first step in doing that is getting a domain name. It's what you're going to call your website. It's going to be the .com, the .net, the .org of your brand itself that you want to reserve online. Like mine is learningnet.com. I recommend, guys, that with your domain name, you stay away from names that have like numbers in them. Don't include any dashes, hyphens, nothing like that. I think it's better to choose something that's simple and easy to remember. That way your visitors will be able to remember it. And that way they'll be able to revisit your website on, in the future. And so learningnet.com is just a simple, easy to remember domain name. It's not complicated. It doesn't have any dashes or, numbers or anything like that in it. It's just simple and easy to remember. The next step of creating a Bluehost website is obviously having web hosting. Now, if you guys click the link that's right below, you'll notice that it'll bring you guys to this page that's right here. Okay, so when you do that, you guys are getting a free domain name for your very first year, which is great. That's like a $20 savings in itself if you were to get it like a domain like at GoDaddy or another domain name registrar. So your web hosting itself, click on where it says shared. And when you click on share, there are 4 different plans that you can select from. There's the basic, which is ideally for beginners who just want to create one website online. But if you're doing like affiliate marketing, network marketing, or you have several projects online, I recommend using like the Plus, Choice Plus, or even the Pro plans. I've been using the Plus plan itself, which is the second tier with Bluehost, for quite some time. I really like it. And it allows you to create unlimited websites online. Of course, the Choice Plus and Pro allow you to do that too, but they come with some additional features and added, resources that are great. But again, you may not need that in the beginning if you're a total beginner. So if you do want to create more than one website, I recommend going with the Plus, starting off with the Plus plan itself. It's really great. And if you want to, with time, you can, upgrade if you so desire. But the Plus plan is what I'm using right now, and that's what I recommend. So click on Select, the green button right here. And when you do that, guys, the very next page will prompt you to plug in a domain name. So I told you that Bluehost gives you a free domain for your very first year, which will save you some money. If you purchased a domain name from another domain name registrar, such as like Namecheap or GoDaddy, as I mentioned before, what you can do is plug it in over here, right? So you can plug it in over here, and that way you'll be able to use that very domain name to set up your website itself. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to plug in a domain name, and then we're going to proceed, okay? Now, after you guys think of the domain name itself that you want to use, for your website online, you're going to finish up the setup of your account itself. So you're going to plug in your name. You're going to pay for your web hosting itself. For the Plus plan itself, you'll see that for 3 years of web hosting itself, you're getting it for only $214.20, which I feel is an amazing savings in this game. If you use a drop down, guys, you can get less, web hosting itself. You can get 24 months if you want for $166.80. If you want to just do like 1 year, that's fine too. You can get it for $95.40. So just use this drop down to determine, how much web hosting you're going to get. I personally recommend getting more web hosting up front, because when the web hosting itself renews with Bluehost or virtually any web hosting provider out there, it's just going to go up in price. So I recommend getting more of it, because if you just buy like 12 months of web hosting, after 12 months of web hosting, it's just going to go up. The price is going to go up, and you're going to have to pay that new, higher rate. And that works with that's the case with any web hosting provider out there, guys. So to create a website, you need a domain name, and you absolutely need web hosting. Without web hosting, you can't create a website online, okay? So just think about which of these three terms that you would like to lock in. Again, I recommend doing the 36, but you may opt to do 12 or 24, depending on your personal goals and your situation. You'll see some added features that Bluehost adds by default, such as Code Guard. I don't think you really need that. Site lock itself is also checked. Obviously, if you uncheck those monthly rates that are, automatically there to save you, some money. And that's what we want to do. I want to show you guys how to save the most money today, with your web hosting and essentially with your business, online. Okay, great. So what you're going to do right here is you're going to plug in your credit card and that info there. And when you drop down, guys, just click where it says that you've read, the terms itself. It just basically means that once your term is over, whether you selected the 12 or the 24 month or the 36 term itself, that you're agreeing that Bluehost can then charge you. So you're going to click on that, and keep in mind, guys, that Bluehost has a 30-day money back guarantee. So in the event that you feel that Bluehost is not for you, you can get your money 100% back. Okay, all right, so click that button right there, and then you're going to click the submit button that's right here. And on the very next page, guys, you're going to get credentials from Bluehost to your email that you supplied above, that allow you to log into your account itself. So you'll be able to log into the back end of your account, and then you'll gain access to what we call the control panel. And I'll show you what that looks like in just one moment, guys. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to pause this video and then log into my account. And that way we'll both be on the same page, okay? All right, so I'm going to pause this video, plug in my user and my password on the login page, and that way I can be on the inside, okay? So right now I'm going to log into my the back end of my account itself, and that way I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like when you guys will gain access to yours. So what I'm going to do is plug in my password to get in here. That way you guys can see that I have an account with Bluehost. And once you get logged in, guys, you're going to see a panel here where you have like several different, options on the left side. And that way you can like add on domains, you can install WordPress on your new domain itself. And so if you got your domain directly from Bluehost, great. Obviously, you get it free for your very first year, which is a huge savings to you guys. The cool thing that I like about Bluehost is that for total beginners, they will take you step by step through the process of creating a website online, which is great. But obviously, you guys are watching this Bluehost WordPress tutorial and review, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it today, okay? So there are two ways that you can go about doing this. You can either click on My Sites. It's a very, very simple way of going about doing it. Or you can click on Advanced. And when you click on Advanced, which I like to do, it will take you step by step through the process of, adding your website itself. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to just click on My Sites. I just want to show you guys what this looks like. If you click on like My Domains or Domains right here, you can see, like domains itself that you have, with Bluehost. Or those that you have added. If you purchase like a domain like elsewhere and just point in a name service to Bluehost, you'll see those, right here. If you guys want to like add on a domain itself, you can do that by clicking the Assign button. If you want to register a new domain with Bluehost itself, you can click on the Register button. So if you want to add like a new domain itself, I can like change it up, in here. I can add like, if I click on this button, for example, like use a domain name that's not associated with the account, it means obviously that I'm going to add a new domain name that I've actually purchased. So I just wanted to show you guys how this works. That way, after this video, you guys will know how to add on domains, and then of course, create, WordPress websites, going forward. Okay. And so that's what I wanted to show you, how that works. So once you plug in like a new domain name, if you got like the plus choice, or like the Pro plan itself, these three, particular plans allow you to add on multiple websites, and you have by default add on domain. And once you actually plug in that new domain itself and click assign this domain, it's going to add it to your account. And from that point, you can just go to, My Sites, which is one way of installing, WordPress, on your actual domain name itself. And that way we'll be into the very next step, guys, which is to install, WordPress on the actual domain name itself. So that's what we're doing. You notice that, once you gain access to your control panel itself with Bluehost, you have access to different CMS platforms. But again, for the purpose of this tutorial and this Bluehost review, we're going to be using WordPress, okay? Super simple. It's easy. Anybody can do this. And that's why I'm showing you guys how this works, okay? So this is step number 4 that we're going to be doing, right now, installing WordPress, okay? So let's go back to this right here. What you guys are going to do, click where it says Add Site. You're going to have these two options that pop up. You'll have Bluehost's Builder, which is great. But we're going to be using WordPress, as I mentioned, to give you even more functionality for your website itself, to allow you to customize it even better. You have access to well over 10,000 WordPress themes out there. So you'll definitely be able to find a WordPress theme that will fit exactly what you guys are after, okay? Let me get some coffee here. And if you want to get some coffee, orange juice, or something to drink, I definitely recommend getting it, because we're going to be here together in this Bluehost tutorial doing this website, okay? So get something to drink, guys. Great. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on Use WordPress. And what you're going to do is type in the name of your website. So whatever the name of your website is, you're going to type it in here. So mine is going to be How to Create a WP Blog. And where it says tagline, guys, this is basically what your visitors will expect to learn, on your actual website itself. So it's just a brief description with any visitor that arrives to your, your page itself. Obviously we're doing a Bluehost review here. You're learning all about Bluehost, how to create a website with Bluehost. But for the purposes of your website itself, whatever it's about, whether it's construction, it's accounting, it's affiliate marketing, it's making money, whatever it is that you do, you're going to have a tagline, an overall description of what your visitors will learn on your website itself, okay? So I'm just going to plug in something on the fly here. All right, so simple WordPress tutorials for beginners. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna show you guys how you can change that later, if you want. Right here, guys, so let me back up just one page. Let me back up. Let me type this in again because there's something else I wanted to show you guys. AWP blog, okay. Simple WordPress tutorials. Something I wanted to share with you guys before we proceed. Okay. All right, great. Click on Advanced. This is something I wanted to show you right here. If you plug in your email, guys, and next you're going to plug in a username. So you want to plug in a username that allow you to log into the actual website itself that you're creating. This is not the same username that Bluehost has assigned you. You're going to plug in a username that allow you to log into the back end of your website itself. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works, okay? So I'm going to type in how to create a WP blog. Now for your password, again, this allows you to log into this specific site. Again, you can create multiple websites with Bluehost, but for each individual website, you're going to create a username and a password that allow you to get into each one of those sites, okay? So for the purpose of this site itself, I'm going to type in a password. Recommend that you guys use something like 8 to 10 characters, something that's extremely difficult for anybody to guess. You don't want to use anything consecutive like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nothing crazy like that. You want to include some letters, some numbers, maybe some symbols, something that'll make it again extremely difficult for somebody to guess, like a hacker or somebody who's trying to gain access to your account itself. And obviously you want it to be green. Click next. Now, when you get to this page right here, guys, what you are going to do is you're going to select the domain name itself that you are installing WordPress on. So I've done that. In this case, is how to create a wpblog.com. Make sure that in directory where it says optional, do not put anything there. Don't type anything there, because if you do, when you install WordPress on the actual domain name itself, you're going to have whatever that you typed in is going to follow the .com. So for example, in this case, it's how to create a wpblog.com. So whatever your domain name is, xyzdomain.com, if you put anything here after the .com, you're going to have .com / and whatever you want there. You just want it to be clean, and you wanted to just read your very website itself, okay? Gotta have my coffee, guys, when I work. So right here, you'll see some options for some helpful plugins. These are some really nice plugins. We're not going to install them right now. If you want to install these plugins, you can. By default, Bluehost will have them checked. So I've unchecked them, right here. But basically, these allow you to collect, information. Opt-in Monster is really nice. Also, Monster Insights allows you to monitor your traffic from your Google Analytics, which is great. It brings it all in the dashboard, if you will, of your website itself. And I'll show you guys what the dashboard looks like. So you can, grab your analytics directly from Google Analytics by logging into your Google account, or you can bring everything to you at a glance to do that. And so you can do that with tools like, Monster Insights. You can do it with Google Sitekit, which is really nice. It does pretty much the same thing, but Bluehost gives you this on the front end. That way you can install it if you want to. So I'm not going to install it right now. Click next, guys. And what Bluehost is going to do is install WordPress right now on your actual domain name. So this takes a few moments to do. Bluehost is going to take care of all the hard work. That way you guys don't have to, okay? And so from this point, you'll the next thing that we're going to do once this is all said and done, we're going to move on to selecting a theme. We're going to talk about like permalinks, what they are, adding plugins and the like, okay? All right, so the next step, once we get into it, you'll see a page that looks like this. It says, congratulations, WordPress installed successfully. You should see this, guys. If you see this, what you're going to do right now is you're going to log in, click log in to WordPress. So do that right now. And it's automatically, being that you already logged in, you purchase your web hosting, you've got your domain name, all of that, you set up your account, you're still logged in. So Bluehost is going to automatically log you into the dashboard. Okay. So great. So this is the dashboard, guys. This is where the work actually starts. Okay. So right here, I wanted to go over briefly what you guys are going to be seeing here. Okay. You're going to notice on the sidebar that you have so many options right here that'll help you to really manage your website online with Bluehost. You can add posts if you want to add like posts and write articles. So if you're creating this blog to, like sell products, maybe affiliate marketing, maybe with Amazon or with ClickBank or the like, you can click, right here and add posts with your title itself. Me personally, I like to use titles that really reflect like long tail keywords, usually like 3 to 5 words that people are actually searching for online. For example, this very Bluehost review that you guys are watching, you guys wanted to know how to create a WordPress blog on Bluehost. That's a long tail keyword. Very specific. It's what people are looking for. And thankfully you guys found this video, right? So if you wrote articles on your actual blog, you'll be able to attract, droves of traffic by using long tail keywords. And that's what I like to do typically, with my posts. If you want to add pages, you can do that, here by adding new, and you can have a title to your page and the actual content itself. What we're going to be focusing on right now, guys, is really appearance. Then later we're going to talk about like plugins, what they are. They basically just add functionality to your Bluehost website. They allow you to do things that you can't do. Basically, they are like apps, for websites. We all have apps, on our phones, right? Whether you have like an Android or you have an iPhone, you probably have like apps to, count how many calories that you're burning, how many steps you've done. You guys get the point, right? That's what plugins allow you to do. And we're going to talk about them a little bit short. We're going to talk more about them shortly. That way you can install plugins that'll work best for you. So what I want to show you guys first is right now your website is live. This is the default theme itself that was installed, on the actual website itself. If you guys want to see what it looks like, just hover over here and click on visit site, and you can see what the actual theme, looks like. So this is what it looks like, and this is by default. You can see right here where we typed in simple WordPress tutorials for beginners, and this is the actual site name itself. So you can always change or customize that if you want, guys. But what I want you to do right now is click on themes. I want to show you how to select a different theme in the event this one right here is not for you. Okay, so you'll see some others that are by default installed, on your website itself. If you want to see what they look like, just hit preview. If you want to delete it, just click delete. So we're not going to use these, but by default, every time you install WordPress on a new domain, guys, with Bluehost or any web hosting provider, you will get a few WordPress themes that come, by default itself. Okay. So what we want to do right now, guys, is we want to install new themes on this actual website itself. So click on the sidebar again where it says themes. And what's going to happen is you're going to come to this page that's right here. And what we want to do is we want to install like new themes, on the actual blog itself. Okay. So that's what we're going to do, in this case. All right, guys. So to install another WordPress theme and to find ones that really will work out for your particular business, of course, this sample website that we're creating today is going to be about blogging, how to create WordPress blogs, online. So whatever your overall theme is for your business itself, you need to find a theme itself that will fit you. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Click on upload right now. So we just deleted themes itself that we didn't want, on the website itself, but click on upload, you'll get to a page like this. And what's cool about this, guys, is that this will allow you to find WordPress themes that are really centered around what you're into. Okay, so if you look at featured, you'll see some featured WordPress themes that are out, right now. You can virtually find a theme that has to deal with any topic that's around. If you look at popular, you guys will notice that some popular ones, Astra is a really cool one. That's really, really nice that a lot of people use. It allows you to also build out your website. If you don't want to like create each individual page for your business itself, you can have like a theme like Astra, and also have, each of your pages built out for you. That way you don't have to. So it's a really good theme to do that. You'll have access to some really popular themes that you guys can see. They're really clean and lightweight. What I like to do with tutorials like this is to help you to find a theme that really suits you. So you'll notice, guys, in the search bar, you can type in a keyword that really defines what it is that you do. So let's say, for just an example, this is just an example, that you guys are into, I don't know, maybe you want to create like a food blog, right? Everybody loves food. I love Italian food. What kind of food do you guys like? What's your favorite dish or food that you like? Drop a comment right below and let me know, guys. So if you're a foodie and you love food and this blog is going to be centered around that, you can type in that very word and you'll see WordPress themes that are centered around food, right? So these are really, really nice, all of which are 100% customizable, and you can change it to your liking. Foodaholic, that's a really, really nice one right there, right? So you can find WordPress themes that are centered around food, delicious. Italian for pizza. There it is. I love pizza, man. That's my weakness right there. So you guys get the point, right? This is a really nice one here. Food magazine. It's really cool. Let's say that you guys are into fitness. Let's say you're into fitness or maybe nutrition or working out. You're creating like a blog or a website, for a gym, what have you. Just an example, just plugging in different keywords, guys, that will show you how this really works, how you can go about finding a good WordPress theme that defines, your brand itself. So you can see these are really, really nice. People are working out, right? If you just scroll down, you have something like yoga, fitness, bodybuilding. I mean, you guys can find anything you want, with this WordPress directory right here. Let's say that you guys are into photography. Let's say you're photographers, and if you type in the word like photo or photography, you're going to have WordPress themes that are centered again around that particular key term. Okay, so you can see some really, really nice ones that are here. I'm just going to scroll down so you'll see, what they look like. So if you have a business, this is a really nice one, Elemento Photography. And again, if you want to see like what it looks like, just click on preview, and you can get a glimpse of what this particular theme itself would look like. And it comes with images. Of course, you can upload your own images that you have on your desktop, and that way you can make it, more, to your liking itself. So I just wanted to share with you guys how this really works when it comes to installing WordPress themes itself. You can do it any way you want, guys. Sometimes what I do is I'll install like this theme right here called Fredo. This is a really nice one right here. I really like it. Astra is really nice too. And the good thing about WordPress themes, guys, is that you can install one, activate it, and you can use that very theme, on your website. And if you later decide that, hey, I want to change it up, you can do that. If you want to see like what the website looks like with that particular theme itself, again, just click on, just hover right here where it says visit site, and you'll see, what it looks like. So I like the color scheme. It's very, customizable. It's easy to do, right? And again, you guys have created a WordPress website itself. So once you figure out the actual theme, guys, that you want to install, for your website itself, that's what you're going to do, right here. Okay. So we've done that in this case, with Bluehost. We've selected a good theme, right? to really like create or really build or expound upon with our WordPress website itself. And so the very next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is permalinks itself. So I mentioned permalinks a little bit earlier. Let's go back to the dashboard. So permalinks basically are what follows your actual domain name itself. So in this case, let's say we have, let me go to an example on my blog at learnernet.com. Okay. So learnernet.com is the actual domain name for the website itself. This post right here, how to create a multilingual website in WordPress easy. So I'm just going to give you an example of what a permalink is, and then I'm going to show you how to set it up, on your Bluehost website. Okay. All right, so the domain name itself is learnernet.com, and what follows the how dash to dash create dash a dash multilingual dash website dash in dash WordPress, all of this, guys, that trails that domain name is called a permalink. So this right here, I told you guys that when I create posts online, I like to use long tail keywords because these are terms that people are actually searching for in Google, and they rank really high. So that's what you want to do too. You want to use very specific keywords in your actual post itself when you start creating it, online. And that way you guys will be able to, rank, really high, in the search engines. So a really good way to ensure that is drop to the very sidebar right here. You're just going to scroll all the way down to settings, and you're going to click on permalinks. And you guys will notice that by default, Bluehost and just about any web hosting provider out there, they will set it by default to plain. So basically, versus having like words for the actual permalink, like how to create a multilingual website in WordPress, you're actually going to have numbers, for the actual for the actual permalink itself. You don't want numbers. They're not SEO friendly. And obviously people that are visiting your website, they're not going to remember numbers. They're going to remember keywords, actual titles, of your blog itself. So what I recommend that is way better for SEO, it helps you to rank higher in the search engines, guys, is to select post name. So it's going to be cleaner. And just like you guys see right here, how to create a multilingual website in WordPress, you'll have a nice clean title, for the actual post itself. So what you want to do is you want to click on Save Changes, and you do that. And so every post or page that you create is gonna be published, with the actual title that you selected, with those very keywords that you guys selected, for your website itself. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about plugins. I told you before that plugins add functionality to your website itself. They allow you to do things that you can't do, without them. Typically on the WordPress websites that I have created online, I usually have about 7 to 10 plugins, more or less, not too many of them. By default, you'll see some that Bluehost already has pre-installed. Escomet Anti-Spam is a really nice plugin. I think it's been installed well over 5 million times, like in the WordPress directory. And it really protects your blog against spam. So when you create posts online with your blog, guys, whether you're doing affiliate marketing, network marketing, Amazon affiliate, ClickBank, whatever it is that you're doing, when you write posts and publish them on your blog itself, you will ultimately get spam. It just comes with the territory. So what you want to do is you want to set up plugins that will allow you to block it. So Escomet is a good one. I'm not going to keep it on this website. It costs. It's about $5 a month per website. So if you're creating multiple websites with Bluehost or any web host out there, that particular plugin does cost. So if you want to find a plugin itself that is free, click on Add New. And again, there's some plugins that already come pre-installed, with Bluehost, which is great. But I like to type in the words. You can type in either spam or anti-spam, and you'll see on this very next page, guys, several plugins that populate the page itself. So you have Clean Talk, which is really nice. And there's Escomet, as I mentioned before, with over 5 million installations. Clean Talk has over 100,000. Let's see, a really good one. WordFence is really, really nice. 3 million. Using right now, Anti-Spam B, really nice. Has over 500,000 installations. 5 stars across the board. So I really recommend just picking one plugin. You don't need more than one, just one. You install that, guys, and it's going to be on your website, and it's going to protect and block your website from spam related, comments itself. So install it, activate it, and then you'll be on your way to, installing other plugins itself. Sometimes you may notice that when you arrive on a web page itself, that a representative might pop up. You might have a pop up, and the person might say something like, can I help you? And they're really just trying to help you, with the sales process, or maybe answer any questions that you have. Have you guys ever noticed that? There are plugins, WordPress plugins, that allow you to do just that. If you type on add new and you type in the word chat. So basically with WordPress plugins, guys, you want to think about an overall function that you would like your website to do. If you wanted to chat, you wanted to load faster, you want to work on like your SEO, just type in the overall keyword in that search. You'll find plugins that deal just with that, okay? So you'll see Click to Chat, which is a really, really nice one. There's some other WordPress plugins that are here that work, really great. Talk to Live Chat, that's a really, really nice one right there. There's one that I have used that is really nice. I believe it's called Tidio, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see, this is the plugin itself from the post itself that you guys saw here about how to create a multilingual website. This plugin allows you to convert your content into other languages itself. And so if you guys want to learn more about that, of course, you can check out, this blog post that's right here, and you can learn, all about how this process works. But just going back to like chat, guys, there's so many plugins that are available right here. If you want to install a plugin that'll give you that particular function, you can do that. Join Chat has over 200,000 really nice ratings as well. So I just recommend that you select one of these if you want that particular feature, on your blog itself. If you don't, then you can just proceed, forward. So I'll click on this one right here, Click to Chat. It's a really nice one. They all do the same thing, guys, perform the same functions, and it'll give you that ability to be able to chat on the spot with people that visit your very website, okay? So let me go back to install plugins. And you'll notice that, again, there's some plugins that come pre-installed, which are great. But you can delete this one right here, Hello Dolly. It comes on every WordPress installation. You don't need it. Go up to Add New again. So go to Add New and type in the word Yoast. Type in the word Yoast. And this is a plugin for SEO. It's going to help you with your keyword density. It's going to let you know how often you are mentioning a keyword in your post itself that you're writing, what you're blogging about. If you're doing it too much, if you're not doing it enough, even on your pages. Basically, it's going to help you to rank higher in the search engines. This is an absolute must-have plugin that everybody needs on their WordPress blogs if you want to rank high, in search engines itself. So right there, guys, I'm going to stop with plugins itself. You can keep adding plugins, to your website itself if you can think of other functions that you would like your website to do. There's so many plugins. I mean, there are well over 11,000 out there. So whatever it is that you want your website to do, you can find a plugin by, again, just typing in the overall keyword. If you want like social media buttons, you can type in social media, and you can activate a plugin that allow your visitors to share your content on social media, be it Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, other platforms like Reddit and the like. So you guys get the picture. That's really how that works when it comes to installing plugins. So adding pages and posts, we talked about that briefly. If you guys click on the sidebar, you will see that you have a post. You'll see like all posts right here. You can see also posts that you have. And what you can do, guys, is by default, you'll have this one right here for Hello World. It's just a default post that comes on every new installation for WordPress, guys. You don't really need it, but if you want to add a post itself, what you can do is click on Add New. And when you do that, you'll get a page that pops up like this, guys. And basically, it's going to allow you to plug in your title for your actual post itself. And you're going to be able to add your content. And that way your visitors can, be able to follow you online. And again, I recommend with posts, guys, just typing in, using a title itself that is like a long tail keyword itself. Again, something that people are actually searching for in Google. Like, again, today you guys were, on YouTube, or maybe you found this video in Google and you wanted to know how to create a WordPress blog using Bluehost, and you found this video. That's great, right? So the very same titles that you use for your blogging itself, you want to use long tail keywords, things that people are actually searching, online. And if you want to know what people are searching online, just go directly to Google and start typing in different keywords that are centered around your particular business itself, and just to see, get an idea of things that people are actually Googling. Okay. So you'll type in your title right here, you'll plug in your content, right here. And on the very bottom with Yoast, the plugin that we actually added, you can type in your keyword, right? You can type it in here, and right here, guys, below, you're going to type in a description itself of what the post is about. Like 100 characters, very simple. It's just a glimpse, in Google, when you type in and you're searching for something in Google, you'll see like the link first, and right below it, you'll see a description. This is the actual place where you actually, this is the actual place where you put that description itself, if that makes sense. So once you plug in your keyword and your meta description and you type in your content, then you'll be on your way to publishing that content itself. So I just wanted to show you basically how that works. It's very, very simple and straightforward. You can apply the same thing, guys, to, adding pages, the same concept. You'll have a title. You're going to have your body where the actual text actually goes. Your keywords itself, you can add those, to your post and your pages. And that way you guys will be able to rank, for those particular terms itself. And that's basically how that really works, where you can upload images and do all of that, guys, with the actual post that you have on your blog itself. So I wanted to talk about promoting your content itself. Of course, when you create a WordPress blog, online, any website that you create online, you're obviously creating it for a reason. You want people to be able to find you online. I mean, that's why you're doing it. You want to make money, so like learninit.com, this blog, as I mentioned before, it talks about web hosting, different web hosting providers that people use. And I talk about my experience, with them, and I write reviews about these web hosting providers, and they rank really high in the search engines. But you not only write the content, for your particular blog or your website, you also have to promote it. There's several ways to go about promoting your Bluehost website, guys. You can do it with YouTube, just like I'm doing right now. You guys are watching a simple video on how to create a WordPress blog using Bluehost, right? So these videos generate views, targeted views that, again, when you create videos centered around whatever it is that you do, whether it's affiliate marketing, it's making money, you sell vitamins, you sell supplements, you sell whatever it is that you sell or you're trying to promote, online, you're going to promote it on YouTube. You want to use YouTube because, one, it's owned by Google, and any video that you upload, guys, it's just going to add to the SEO of your website itself. So you have your content. You can add and embed your actual video in your actual post itself, and so when you do that, again, it's just going to help with the SEO of your particular blog itself. You can see like examples, of that, like on my actual post itself. Just about every post that I have, online on my learninit.com site has a video that helps with the SEO. These very videos itself appear high up in the search engines in Google. And so again, people that are searching for you on YouTube, they'll find your video. If they're searching for you in Google, they'll find your video. And again, that'll drive targeted traffic back to your website or even affiliate links. And that way, you guys can, make money, with that. Some other free ways to promote your new Bluehost website is with Reddit and Quora, both of which are basically forums online where people ask questions about everything under the sun. Basically, these forums are really divvied into different categories. And you can just think about the category that defines the industry in which you are, and you can go in and ask questions or even answer questions that people themselves are asking. And on the back side, you can leave a backlink or a link, back to your website, and that way that person can find out more information about, your services that you actually promote, guys. So I've been using, Reddit, I've been using Quora, and I get thousands of visits each and every month, from these two platforms. And for that reason, I highly recommend them. Of course, I have several videos on YouTube. They're doing very, very well. They rank very, very high for some long tail keywords that I've targeted, and those drive thousands of views, back to my website. So I just wanted to give you guys some simple, free ways to go about promoting, your websites online. That way, you guys can get results. You can get some targeted visitors, potential customers and clients, for the products and services that you guys are, promoting. If you want to think about like paid ways to promote your website online, you can go through Google Ads. So Bluehost has some credits that you guys can get. It's like $200 in credits, where you basically be able to tap into like Google Ads and also Bing, where you'll get credits that when you sign up for Google's platform to promote, pay-per-click ads, on their platform, you guys will be able to drive targeted traffic to your website within minutes. It's extremely fast. And the awesome thing about Bluehost is that, if you got like the plus plan, like I have, or, the plus choice or the pro plan, all of these come with these free Google Ads credits, and also for Bing. And so I use Google and Bing Ads a lot, on the web, not only for learning that, but for other websites that I've created online, and they work very, very well, guys. So that is in a nutshell, just a few simple ways, guys, again, that you can go about promoting, your website, online. Of course, today I wanted to go through some basic things to show you, again, how you can get your domain name, online. We talked about getting your web hosting. We installed WordPress on the actual website. We created a website that's very simple. We talked about permalinks, adding plugins. How is it that you can go about adding like pages and posts, and also promoting, your website, online. So from this point, guys, it's really about adding content, to your blog itself, adding content, promoting it, online, doing what you guys can, and just continue to share it. You can comment on other people's, blogs itself, and leave like a backlink, to your website itself, all of which will help, with the SEO of your website. There are a lot of ways that you can go about promoting your Bluehost website. So what I wanted to do, guys, is just to show you briefly, again, the process of creating, like a website online, with Bluehost. There are a lot of things that you can do to take it, even further. As I mentioned, there are web builders out there such as like Elementor, there's Brizzy, others that are out there that allow you to build out each individual page if you don't want to. I mean, creating pages are simple. All you have to do is put the title, your content, hit publish. You're done. But if you want it to be done for you, you can have all that done by using web builders such as Elementor. So what I want to do, guys, is in the next video, I'm going to create a website using Elementor and Bluehost. And that way you guys can see how to do just that, okay? But for now, what do you guys think about this video tutorial with Bluehost? Did you like it? Did you gain value from it? Did you learn something that you didn't know before? I really appreciate your feedback right below, guys, on this channel for learning that. Also, smash that like button. That way it helps with the algorithm for YouTube. Share this video online. That way other people can learn how to simply create a WordPress website in a few short moments, just like you guys did today, okay? I hope you so much success in your endeavors of creating future websites online with Bluehost, and also success in your businesses, not only for 2020, but going beyond, okay? You guys stay safe during COVID, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. And if you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button right below. That way I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.